No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
And here we are. This is Mike Lodge. It's another day, another dollar. I'm Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor, and today we're going to briefly talk about some issues that are facing the American business and American family, our personal finances, and everything else. So yesterday they started the arguments before the court regarding Biden's loan forgiveness thing. It did come out not all that great. If you listen to what Chief Justice John Roberts said, he said that the administration had acted without sufficiently explicit congressional authorization to undertake one of the most ambitious and expensive executive actions in the nation's history, violating separation of powers principles. He said, I think most casual observers would say, the Chief Justice is saying this, that if you're going to give up that much amount of money, if you're going to affect the obligations of that many Americans on a subject that's of great controversy, that you would probably get approval from the Congress. But he didn't do that. Just everybody decided because it was an election time, hey, come on, let's buy some votes here. Let's give away some more free stuff when he didn't have the legal ability to do so. And everybody admitted that he didn't have that ability. So, that's one of the aspects of politics. You've got to read between the lines. When people offer you free stuff, there's always something that's going to happen. Okay? Just read between the lines. The other thing I want to talk about, the president's always talking about the labor market and how good the labor market is, okay? And that it's booming. Well, do you know what it's booming with? The labor market is booming, and there are specific jobs where they're booming in. And they're not high-paying jobs. Let me give you some of the things three of the jobs at least that are high-booming jobs that everybody is so excited about. One is in leisure and hospitality. The economy added about 517,000 jobs in that. Well, yeah, because everybody's traveling now. But these are very low-paying jobs. These are not the top-paying jobs like in technology or accounting and finance and all those other places. So you cannot look at hospitality, leisure and hospitality, as a big boom. The other aspect of it, the second job that everybody is excited about, if I can get to, is healthcare. Healthcare has always been a boom. It's always been a good, steady flow of jobs. Why? Because we all need freaking healthcare. So those are good paying jobs, though. But they're very few. There's not that many that are being added. But it's a good paying job. If you can be in healthcare, you're going to make some good money. I look at my clients who are in healthcare, and they're doing very well. Now, do they manage their money well? No. They're overly in debt because they're buying the fancy cars. They all have to go out and buy the BMWs and the Mercedes-Benz and the Land Rovers, and they go into debt. The third job that everybody's excited about, retail. Now, the sector added 30,000 jobs last month. Not very much, because retail is not doing that well at the moment. Retail is closing stores. If you look at the stores that are closing around the United States, they're all retail. So they've been laying off jobs at the same time. That's one of the things they don't tell you, is that stores are closing, loss of jobs. Companies are going out of business, loss of jobs. One of the other issues that we don't look at is poverty. Because as we're going through this inflationary, recessionary time, poverty is going up. And it's going to go up some more. And the reason why is very simple. I don't know if you realize this, but there was a SNAP program. And that SNAP program funded a lot of people during the pandemic for extra food and everything else so that they could provide for their families. Most of those SNAP programs are running out. One of the last remaining major COVID relief programs was the expansion of the SNAP benefits, aka food stamps, okay, if you want to put it that way. And it ends this month, pushing about 32 million Americans off a hunger cliff. Why it matters? Since 2020, massive expansions of funding for programs that serve low-income Americans have meaningfully lowered poverty rates for adults and children. And now it's ending. Well, the pandemic is ending. We no longer have that threat anymore. So those added SNAP benefits are ending also. In fact, those benefits have already ended in 18 states. And that affected almost 9 million Americans. So we are going to see, because the government stepped in and funded these lower income people on higher SNAP payments, or benefits, I should say, they set up the nation for failure. Again, you see how government is so stupid. They give out all this free stuff and then they take it away just like that, and then people have to suffer. And because they get used to this free stuff, these added benefits. Government is great at that. We have got to get away from that. I think that the American people have gone through this thought process that says, you know what, if it gets bad, we're going to get some free stuff from the government. Also, the other thing that happened is federal grants. And that was to help with housing and child care expenses. And that's also expected to run out this year. And the provision is simply Medicaid enrollment is ending. So that's all ending. So we have all these things that are happening because government gets involved too many times and boosts the financial outcome, and then Zappo is taken away. Now, in California, the issue of poverty is getting worse. You've gotten most of the individuals who were high-earned income individuals have moved out of the state. Over 200,000 last year moved out. So when you have that happening, that heightens poverty in the state of California and across the United States. You see, the problem is that we have not taken the time to deal with the mental health issues that was created by the pandemic, that was created by lockdowns, and has pushed many people out into their cars, have pushed many people out onto the streets, in tents, trying to survive, because they were shut down. Their jobs were taken away from them. The benefits were disrupted. So when you have government acting so severely and taking away a lot of people's ability to work and ability to have their companies running, and no matter how big of a company it is, they might have been doing it out of their home and they've lost their home. Every time government gets involved in our liberties and in our financial issues, they do so much harm to the American people. Now, I want you to realize that the funding of this Ukraine war by the billions and billions of dollars will never come back to us. They'll come back to a few politicians because it seems as though every politician that gets involved in funding anything in Ukraine gets a little bit back. And you know who I'm talking about. So this war benefits only those who sent money there. We will never get these billions and billions of dollars back. In fact, we don't even know where that money is going to. They're just handing this money out with no trace, no what do I want to say? I don't want to say audit. No, without any ability to track how the money is being spent and where it's going to. So the problem with this U.S. government is we just throw out this money that the American people put in through their taxes and through their working. Sometimes I wonder right now, is Biden the president of Ukraine or is he the president of the United States? Because I don't see him doing much here in the United States anymore. In fact, I don't see him much at all. It's on vacation again. So understand, this is why Americans distrust their government anymore. Because of these reckless programs, these reckless decisions on getting into a war that isn't even a war and spending billions and billions and billions of dollars. It's absolutely stupid. We have got to hold these people accountable in Washington, D.C. I know I've said it over and over and over again. Hold them accountable. But here they are, they're still sitting in their jobs. They're answering to no one. They're just making decisions based on their political views and not based upon what is good for the American people. See, political agendas never accomplish anything except to destroy other people's lives. We have seen the political agenda of Washington, D.C. in action, and we have seen how it has hurt our lives. Gosh, I went to the grocery store last night, and I spent a bundle of money on food because everything's gone up. Even on vegetables, it's gone up. I don't even buy eggs anymore because they're just too expensive. I'm about ready to go out and get some chicks and grow some chickens here. And I've told you that story before. My mom and us as kids going out and getting those chicks. But we have to hold these people accountable. We have to get more responsiveness from these politicians. Because I don't know if you've tried to contact your elected official, but I tell you, it's hard to get through to them. It's hard to even get an answer back. And if you do get an answer back, it's just a form letter with a whole bunch of nonsense in it. Hold them accountable. Engage these politicians. And we need to tell them, hey, you need to start doing what's right for the American people and not what is right for your political party. These political parties are out of control. America's out of control at the moment. Listen, if you would like to have more access to me or sit down and have a business coach or business advisory session with me, go to www.lodge-co.com. If you have a business question, send it to thebusinessadvisor@gmail.com. And if you'd like to support this podcast, go to buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. Everybody go out and have a great day. Remember, taxes are about due. Can you believe it? Hello, March. You're here. A few more days and tax season's over. Talk with you soon. God bless. Love you all. Bye-bye.